I was your basic, and for those who are engineers in the audience, I say this with love. I was a pocket protector engineer. I love calculations and designing circuitry and making things move and jump and zapping people. I loved all of that stuff. And that was what I always wanted to do. But I was always a people person as well. I always enjoyed that. So we got to a point in my career, I think I've been at Northrop. I worked for Northrop before it was Northrop Grumman. And it was about 6 years in, and the government contract started to dry up. And so one of the things that some of our team had to do, we had those people reporting to us, was every other week, at that time, if you were in the defense contracting business, it was last in, first out. So every 2 weeks, if we started downsizing, I'd get a list. And I'd have to go out to my team and I have to tap on the shoulder. It was a secured facility, so we had top secret and confidential information. So you couldn't tell someone, because there was, they might walk out with some information. So you tap them on the shoulder, you walk them in a room, they get security debriefed, walk back, what they can carry out in their arms, and then they leave. And I had done this a few times, and it hits you. And I got a call from a guy that said, "Are you interested in a career change?" It was just at that time. I don't believe in luck, but I believe in God. So I say that's the way God would have it. And I got this call. And at that time, I was less into, really looking at opportunities. I wasn't thinking about it. So we got through the conversation, and the person says something about, McDonald's. And so I said, so I'm kind of interested, never thought I'd be, but I am. So when should I come to St. Louis for the interview? And the person said, St. Louis. And I said, sure, that's what McDonnell Douglas is. And it's a true story. And the person said, no, this is McDonald's like the hamburgers. So lesson number one, don't turn down anything with your car. So I said summarily, no way. You don't understand. My grandmother raised me. I'm not flipping hamburgers for anybody. I'm an electrical engineer. All I did to get out of Purdue, you don't understand. You really do not understand. So we had this wonderful conversation, but I was very straightforward. Next day, a guy calls me that was at McDonald's. He had come from Bell Laboratories and said, what do you have to lose by coming to see us? You see, my mind was locked up in what I thought McDonald's was. So I came, I talked to Liz and prayed on it. I went. And I will never forget when we pulled up. They sent a car to pick me up. We pulled up, and I see this campus. I'm like, man, this is not a restaurant. And they had all of these functions. I mean, man, they had a whole team that worked on treasury within the house. They had, diversity teams. And I was just amazed. So I went for the interview, and I stayed 25 years. That's how I got it.
It's a great story,
I did start in the engineering department at McDonald's. Yes, there's an engineering department at McDonald's.
All right, so tell us about McDonald's. I mean, as an African